Is this the button? Hey, I think I got it figured out. Audio levels look fine. Yeah, so happy Monday, everybody. Welcome back from the weekend. Hopefully you had a relaxing weekend and or productive one, depending upon, I guess, what you're working on. I had a decently productive one, but also some of my viewers actually had some really productive weekend, and they released some tools. One viewer named Jazz, she released a very cool tool for Doom that allows for painting of walls in kind of a really unique way, which is rad. And Shamblernaut also released a Quake 1 single player map, which is awesome. It's always cool to see what folks are working on, especially when you complete something. It's such a good feeling. So congrats to those two folks on finishing up a project in flight. But hey, I'm Joshua, and this is my lunch break stream where I work on interesting projects, weird projects that I find that I don't know that I'm passionate about over my lunch hour. And this current project is a 2D tile map to Quake map converter. So let me there we go. Let me fire up some of the things I need to have up to show it off. Let's go to there we go. We're up to date, I think. And I'm dangerously close to releasing version 0.3.0, which includes support for the rotation of point entities and brush entities, which the current version I put out it does not. So that is, I'm pretty excited. I got that working over the weekend, and I'm pretty happy with it. So the thrust of that is you can now have doors that open side to side, and when you place the tile, the orientation of the tile will be taken into effect, and it just works. So that is great. I don't think there's much. I think I've got that mostly figured out. But let me demo my tool here real quick, in case you are new to it. And Dr. Hegel says, "Did I stream yesterday?" No. Yeah, I do have links to my Git repo. Give me 1 second. You can find me at github.com/Joshua Skelly in general. And I think this one should just be. Let me. I know what I'm doing. TMX2 map. So here we go. This is the repository I'm working out of. Though be warned, it does require another one of my projects, the Quake tools for Python. That is my repo as well. I haven't published that to pip yet, so you're gonna have to manually install that one. Apologies. But yeah, it's only just it's getting longer. It's probably maybe 400 lines all told now. But let me close that out. Close this out. Close this out. So the thrust of this is we have a map. You can find this in the examples directory under basic. We have a map here. We have a number of tiles defined, and I painted a tile map. We have a tile layer, which is effectively level geo, and then on top of that, I also support adding point entities just as objects. So we can add a info player start here, and you can whatever properties you throw on it. It will apply. So here I put a Z of 120 because this light tan represents a raised floor, and then this middle brown color represents like a floor at the 0 plane, and then this darker tan is a lower floor, and that's kind of how I get some verticality, even though it's a 2D tile map and the layout is 2D. I still get some verticality with that. So then what I can do is let's go to up. Games Quake, and I have let me show you I have a batch file or a shell script, however you want. Yeah. So the first thing just runs my utility. So it's tmx to map, and it runs. You just hand it two things. You hand it a list to the path to the tile map. And then you hand it a mappings file or a mapping file, which tells my tool how to take the 2D tile information and translate that into 3D. So these mapping files they're basically just like a dictionary of values. So tile 0 goes to this map file here, tile 1, etc. And again, these names on the right don't matter as much. I've tried to make them similar so you can kind of grok the example better, but these could be literally anything. Yeah, so my script, it runs my tool, it goes into the map directory, it compiles the map, lights the map, and then it runs Quake. So let's just do that real quick. And I think adding the, usually goes a little bit faster than that, but that's all right. Cool. So yeah, so this is the map from the 2D tile map that is created as a result, and yeah, this is what it looks like. This is the basic example has very basic tiles, so it's not fancy by any stretch of the imagination, but hopefully it illustrates to folks what can be done. So hopefully people find that interesting. Yeah, and I guess the reason this works is just kind of just kind of the way I've designed my 3D tiles. Is I'll show you the 3D tiles real quick. Let's open up Trench Broom. Yeah, lighting is based on light entities. Though I use a version of the lighting that I can do. I can just have it do like AO, and that's what I use just because it's fast. But if we browse, let's look at what's it, repositories, TMX to map. Nope. Examples, basic, and then these 3D tiles. These are all the 3D tiles here. So if I open up tile 0, this is a solid wall. And if you notice, the solid wall is as tall as the map ever could be. And that's how I've designed it. And then if we look at the empty floor, so tile 4 is the empty floor. I've just removed that part there. So when we put them side by side, you can hopefully you see how it creates the ceiling. This like the ceiling and the floor are baked into a tile. And also for the lower ones, I remove this. So you have, I think it's tile. I forget now. It's tile, yeah. So 4, 5, 6. So that's the mid floor. This is the lower floor, and this is the file open. Tile 6 is the upper floor. And again, it's just how they're designed. You can design them in any way that you please. You could make so that they like to have these nice little joins and stuff like a normal 2D tile map. But I'm just trying to keep this example pretty basic for folks to understand. And even though it is my basic example, I've had some people say they kind of look at it and they kind of just like slowly back away. Like, so hopefully, I don't know. Like I'm trying to how can I make it more approachable? I guess was what I'm thinking. Like this might be too complex of a map for a basic map. So I don't know. Yeah, let me also. I think for version 3.0, I think I have all the, or 0.30, yeah. I have all the stuff I want to have in, which is just the rotation of the entities. Let's go ahead and actually, let's make a lift, right? That would be, I think, a good thing to have for my tile set. So I guess this is another thing too, is if we want to extend this, we can't just arbitrarily resize it. And maybe I can show some examples of this. So let's do this. Let's go File, Photoshop. And then let's go to, nope. Come on, Photoshop. Stop hogging. So TMX to map. Seriously? Apparently Photoshop really wants focus badly. 2D tiles. So we have a 2D tile map here. And I guess the handy tool I use is Pixel Edit, because this is kind of better illustrates what's going on. Hey, Mind Constructor. Yeah, definitely editing a 2D tile map is pretty simple, I think, but I could be wrong. So let's look at TMX to map, examples, basic 2D tiles. And this is, oh, I need to import file, import image, no import file. I guess I'm rusty on my Pixel Edit. Not Delver today, Joshua. Let's do repositories, TMX to map, examples, basic 2D tile maps. Okay, and then this is what most tile maps do, is you specify how big a tile is in width and height, and it will chop it up for you. So in my example, the tiles are 32 by 32. So say import. And then if I hit tab, you can see that they're numbered. That was expected. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, you know, etc. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So these are how they are mapped. Hopefully those are visible. So if you mostly the fact you have to make 3D tiles just to go with it. Okay, so it looks like there might have been a little bit of hiccup on my stream, but hopefully things on my end look okay. So hopefully people aren't getting a slideshow. So in Photoshop, if I were to say, like, say image, canvas size, and if I was to double it to say 256 by 256, the problem with this is if I save this and then if I re-import this, let's close this, new file, import. You guys, Tyler really wants me to work on Delver. Examples, basic 2D tiles, import. Now, this tile used to be tile 4, is now tile 8. So you can't resize it like this unless you have a nice tool. Like Tiled will help you resize it. But if you resize it just in the Y direction, you still preserve the tile indexes. So image size, and let's unlink those and just make it not image size, image canvas size. And then the height is 256. Similarly, file, import tile images, repositories, tmx of mat. So now when importing these tiles, I've still preserved the correct indexes of the tiles, and it doesn't goof anything up. So that's something to be mindful of. So I guess let's make a very basic lift. That would be a fun thing to add to this map. Okay, so let me just go here. Just add. It doesn't matter. We can. This is just illustrating a point. I can go back to Photoshop and do stuff here. So let's have that. And basically I need 3, because of the way I've designed my 3D tiles, I think I need 3 lifts. I need a lift to go from the lower to the mid, from the mid to the high, and then one from the low to the high. And that's only a, it's only in the up direction. Pixel Edit is not free. I believe it's donationware maybe? I know I paid money for it because it's definitely worth it. Because if you're working with any sort of game that uses indexed sprites or tiles, it's a pretty solid way to go. Okay, so let's do it like this. Let's just start. There, and this is going to go from the low to the, or from the low to the mid. So let's do that. And I don't know what really shouts out as lift, but Ivan says, does it add anything to the image metadata for indexing? No, it does not. Cool. So let's look at something like I don't even know how to, like, what is a good symbol for lifts, but let's just ballpark it here. So again, like these are the tiles here are only used by the tile editor, so they can in fact be as fancy or as basic as you would like them to be. Dumbwaiter is a good icon. I don't even know what a dumbwaiter looks like, Jazz. I mean, I know what it is, but like if I had to draw one, I could not draw a dumbwaiter for you at all. Oh my goodness. Oh man. You couldn't just scale the image. Again, the tiles are a fixed size, right? The tile set is defined as a fixed size. Let's do an arrow up or an arrow down like an elevator. That is actually, that's a decent. That is decent. Yeah, let's just do that. I'll just make a little since they only go up, let's just make it just an up arrow. Maybe stripey? I don't know if stripey will be good or not. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the suggestion, David. I appreciate that. Like that. Yeah, I don't even know if that conveys what I think it conveys, but let's just do it. Okay, so save. And then now if we open up, so the number of columns 2D tile has changed from 4 to 8. Would you like to just tile references? Yes. Let's look at our tile set and see what I've done. File, open. I think I can look at tile sets. Look at the basic tile set, open. That is not correct. Why did it do that? Did I not save this correctly? What did you do? Let's delete and new tile set. Browse. This, open. 32 or 32, 2D tiles. Save as basic.tsx, sure. I lost all my tile data? Come on. Don't do that. Discard. File, open recent, basic.tmx. There we go. Okay, so I don't know what was going on there, but reloading the tile map with the updated tile set seems to have worked. And let's go ahead and let's put a lift in somewhere. I guess maybe, how about put it right in front of where the player is so we can test it pretty easy. So let's rotate this and put it like that. Or maybe let's put it right there. And let's move the super shoddy somewhere else. Yeah, I guess I can just slam it right there in front of the player is fine. So save that. So actually, if we run our tool right now, we're going to get a warning. So let me just run it real quick. Go. I think I have it set up correctly, and it should say warning: missing tile mapping for GID 17. Which maybe this might be more useful if instead of saying GID 17, if it said the 2D tile map name and the index relative to that. But for us, since we're using one tile set, index 17 is the same. So we look here, and so yeah, so this we're missing this 3D tile definition. So we need to make a 3D tile for this. So let's open up Trench Broom and see what we can slam together. And I'm going to have to lean pretty heavily on the folks with Quake knowledge because I'm not sure if I can actually make a lift in Quake. So floor lower, which is tile 5. So let's use tile 5 as our base. Tile 5. Okay, and so let me just duplicate this and raise it up. And yeah, that should be, this is what, this is the height of the normal floor. And if I go into top view, I should be able to move this up, say like that. Okay, so this is how we can also make sure that we have the correct orientation for our lift. Brush goes up position. So let's just duplicate this and let's make it just a little bit smaller than the tile. Something like this, like this maybe like this. We could keep it simple. Like I was thinking about chopping stuff into the floor, but let's not do that. Let's just raise this up. Okay, and it's probably a func something or other. Create brush entity func What? Funk train? I'm not sure what funk it is. Funk plat. Okay. And then it has some properties on it we should probably do something about. Height, 96. 96. Is that right? I don't know what properties. Do I need to set an angle or a mangle on this? The 150 target name. I can delete that. Just height. Height is okay. So if I were to, I think that's right. But I'm worried this will. That's 96, so maybe 80. I think 80 might be more correct. 80. Let's save this as. Let's save it as it's tile 17. Save. Yep. Distance to travel minus brush size. Yep, that is absolutely right, David. Thank you for reminding me. So that we have that. So then what we need to do is we need to go to our mappings file and just add a new mapping for this new 3D tile. So we are mapping 2D tile number 17 to the directory 3D tiles, and then inside the directory we have a tile underscore 17.map. So now if we run it, we shouldn't get no warnings. It should just have chugged right through it. We should be able to check things out by going to File, Open, and then we can take a look at the map that we've created in TrenchBroom, and it should be right in front of the player, wherever that is. Here. Okay. So I did not do it. There's still a hole there. So what's going on? Let's check, make sure my args here are correct. Yeah, output basic map, yeah. Did I not save it as tile 17? So is that a lift? So the simplest way is pulling the brush all the way down to the floor, then no height value necessary. What just happened? Let's take a look at our TrenchBroom tile 17. That looks fine to me. Yeah, so when you're making a 3D tile, it's important to define the 3D tile based around 0, 0. Basic 3D tiles, tile 17 is there. And then we have our mapping is 17 to tile 17. We didn't get a warning, right? Go. Warning, missing tile GID. I'm still missing the. Why am I missing the GID? I added it. Did I not save it? Where is it getting the mapping from? Examples basic mapping.json. Examples basic. Yeah, that looks all correct. I literally said yeah, save. Go. What am I? I don't know what's going on. It's just it still can't find. If I run it from here, does it complain? Yeah, it definitely cannot find that tile. Why can't you find the tile? I guess let's debug our script. Missing GIDs, and then where do we use that? Okay, so let's do that. Also, let's make sure it's looking at our correct mapping, I suppose. Mapping file. Go. So this is GID 3, GID 4, 7. Feels like I'm skipping some. 15, 16, 1, 9, 10. Let me just look at tile set. At tiles. It has, okay, there's definitely a 17 right there. Okay. Tile. Uh, 6 to 14. Did it? Seriously? I am not sure. Why did it not? Okay, let's make it this a little bit more explicit. So, something like, yeah, I'm really curious why the GID 8, 2, 10, 3, 15, 13, 4, 1, 6, 18? 18? Where am I using? Seriously? Did it goof up the? I'm not using. Tile ID. Offset 16 equals GID 70. Correct. They're off by 1. So what you have to do is you have to look at the first GID for the tile set, and then you offset it by that. Yes. Yeah. It's super weird. Yeah, there's no 16. There's a 17. Oh, yeah, I'm confusing myself because yes. I'm confusing myself. Sorry. This should be 16 because this is based on the index here and not the one used in TileEd, because TileEd uses it's offset by 1. Duh. Sorry about that, folks. It still didn't find it though. Does it still think it's GID 18, or what GID does it think it is? Oh, because that failed to go. So I called that tile 17. Go. There we go. Yeah, that seems to work correctly. Yeah. Easy peasy. Cool. Quit. Yeah, so that is in fact 16. Let me just rename that. Basic 3D tiles. Refactor rename to tile 16. And now this needs to be 16. And then the next one we need is, let's just go ahead and stub these out real quick. And thank you folks for helping me figure that out. I'm sorry that that was as hard as it was. Dump Truck says, Joshua, what entities are currently working? I know all of the point entities definitely. So in the 3D tiles, all of them should work. I need to basically make a tile set that uses a whole bunch of them, so I can confirm that they do, but they should all work in theory. You can add point entities through TileEd, and I'm pretty sure you can do all of them. So if there are any entities that are interesting that I might be missing, please let me know. Okay, so let's look at this. I don't think this is Trench Broom's problem. I think this is Windows' problem. I see it every now and then. Hey, Tyreek. Let's do this. So, so file, open. I need to actually, let's do this one. File, open, 3D tiles number 4. So this is the one we're basically going to be replacing. Right, so I can just copy that chunk and then paste it. More or less, and then I just need to move this up 96, I believe is the next thing up. So like that, and delete that, put that underneath, and that should be all right. So this one should be tile 17. So let's save that. Tile 17, save. And then let's take a look here, and I guess just to color code it so my brain doesn't break. This should be something like that, and then this one should be like that. It goes from the mid to the upper. Let's merge it down. Let's save it. Let's go into our 2D tile map editor, and it should be this one. I could probably just reopen my not finding it. Let me, sometimes TileEd, I don't know. Like sometimes it's really good about hot loading stuff and sometimes it's not. And I can't predict when or why. Yeah, so we should be able to add a lift right here. So let me rotate that into position. So right, yeah, two, why not two? Save. Do we have a mapping for it? We don't. So let's do 17 and save. Go. Cool. Yeah, so we have functional lifts. And then I guess the final one I need to implement is just the one that does all from the lower to the upper. So let's do that real quick. I can just duplicate this, and I need like that. That should be sufficient. Save, and it should look something like. Let's open up. Is it tile 5? File, open tile 5? No. Tile 6? I'm just guessing here. Yeah, maybe a better naming scheme would be helpful for navigating this stuff. Yeah, take care, David. Thanks for stopping by. Teleporters. Teleporters would be tricky. I mean, you could do them, I think, as point maybe. But yeah, trying to bake them into the 3D tiles, I'm not sure how that would work. I mean, you could have an in and like a maybe, I don't know. How do teleporters work, Neki? If you give me some properties to check out, I am totally for just seeing how well they work or not. Okay, so let's go here and let's paste this in. Okay, and then up. So then, I guess the thing is this doesn't need that. It just needs to know how far to move by, right? So that's 176, I think. That seems right. Let's try that. So delete, and this entity height is 176. And oh no! Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Z. Save. Control Shift Z. There we go. Okay, and then file, save as, tile 18. Save. Neki says, trigger teleport target. Yeah, no, that doesn't seem too bad. It should be doable. And then also, I guess let's test this out real quick. Yeah, let's grab this one, and it goes from a lower to an upper, so that could be. I could just slam that right there, I suppose, just to test it. Save and go. Yep, mission complete. What did I do wrong? Missing JD for JD 19. Oh, did I not? I did not define tile 18. There we go. Yep. Yep. Thanks, Midblick. You got me. Yeah. I never defined the mapping, so it's not going to do its thing. But yeah, now we have this. Cool. Yeah. So that's nice that works. Yep. And I think these are probably cool to have in this example. Let me just clean up my example map real quick then. Those are kind of, let me just do, I think up to repositories, tmx to map, examples basic, and let's do a git checkout head basic.tmx. Cool, and then close this, and then reopen it. And this is without all the elevators thrown in at random spots. And then now maybe I can put them in a little bit more meaningful areas. Like I could tuck one away from this mid to, gotta kind of hide one there, and maybe what makes sense? Does any of this make sense? I thought this whole area back here was kind of clunky. Maybe I can just really quickly just put an elevator from the mid to the high there. I don't know if that's any better, but yeah, let's do that. Were all the lifts moving together? I don't think they were. I think they were just close enough. Yeah, so they're not moving together. I was just running through them quickly. Yeah, because I think I found out that like, yeah, if like certain entities are triggerable or close enough or touching like doors and stuff, they just function as a single thing. But yeah, no, these should be working okay. Cool. Quit. CD TMX. Or up to CD2. CD repos TMX. Okay. So that there. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't feel bad if I don't have an example for everything. I don't know. Our show box is 1. Yep. See the trigger volumes. I don't know if I have show boxes. Interesting. Let me bind that, I guess. Push D. And you're saying r underscore show boxes. Oh yeah, totally. That's useful. Yeah, let me, I guess, yeah. Thank you for the help. Thank you for the good tip. Yeah, so Shamlot's saying there is a flag called Don't Link. I tried that and I think it somehow broke my doors. I don't know why. Yeah. Um, yeah, are there enough lifts? Are there ever enough lifts? I don't know. There are two, which isn't a huge amount. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, let me just save this and see what it looks like. Go. So there should be. I think I put one up here. Yeah, just to get you up there. Oh yeah, I guess they're the same color as the floor, so they're definitely hidden. I don't think I can make that jump, but I added one back here. Nice. Cool. Um, so Neki was saying something about teleports. Trigger teleports, teleport destination. I think I should just be able to add those as not necessarily as brushes, but they could just be. I think they just point. Right. Let's just look at French broom. Yeah, trigger relay. Oh, maybe it is a volume. Brush entity trigger. Trigger teleport. Okay, yeah. So there are a series of brush entities. Hmm. I could do. This might be a bit of a jump, but I potentially could do something crazy here, like an object layer. You could drag out. You could drag out these volumes and treat them like triggers. I don't know if people would want that. Like, right now, people like I don't really have anybody using my tool, so I don't want to like make features for my non-existent users. But yeah, this could be cool just to define volumes this way. Just as a because it'd be easy enough to make the brush for this. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Brushed entity targeting a point entity. That is definitely something you could do. Yeah, let's just prototype it real quick, right? Let's just see what we can do. So let's just make, I guess, grab this. And here we're just going to make ourselves a little teleporter. Again, whatever that looks like. Like some sort of little teleport pad or something, I don't know. Let's make it a proper slip gate, right? That's what. Well, I guess I don't have that WAD installed though. Let's just make it a pad just for simplicity's sake. But then everything's gonna be. Let's just make it an octagonal shape on the floor. Hopefully that reads as what I want it to be. Again, trying to keep my examples basic so I don't spend more time than I need to on them. I guess the problem, let's say, the problem with baking that information in is you have to like understand how the tile set is built, but that's okay, I guess. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, for as Muck is pointing out, you'd have to here because this is a top-down view. You also have to be able to specify in the properties the height and the like the top and the bottom, so you can get a proper brush. Or maybe depends how 3D your map is. I mean, it could be okay if it just cuts through the world, I suppose. Um, yeah, I guess let's just make a little teleporter, right? That's a thing I can do. So this is going to be, was it 16, 17, 18, 19, 20? Okay. And let's open up 4. Ugh. Ugh. There we go. File, open recent, tile 4. And then it just wants a, let's put a very, very, very basic. It's probably even too high. Let's go like that. Just make it a little teleport pad. Yeah, I'm sure there's a handedness to that clipping algo. I just always get it wrong. Okay, so there's that. Nope, not in cut mode anymore. I'll put that like that. Okay. And this is probably sufficient. This can be a brush entity, a trigger, or a func. Oh wait, are they both point? Am I goofing this up? Brush entity, misc, func, till, episode gate, plat wall, trigger, teleport. Trigger teleport. Okay. And it needs a target, I guess. Oh, yeah, interesting. So I will, oh, where was it? Teleport, target, blah, 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 and then info, teleport destination, target name, blah, blah, blah. So let's just say target is teleporter dest. Okay. And this needs to be tile 20, I believe. File, save as tile 20. Save. And let's just create a, again, just for testing purposes, let's create a new, I guess dupe this since it has the correct, or Z needs to be 96. This needs to be a something, right? A info teleport destination. Okay, and then add a custom property of target name, which is a string, and teleport dest. I think I got all that correct without goofing it. Let's see, save. And then this should be the thing. Let's place one of these just, I guess right there. Let's just move the little super shotty out of the way. Let's save it, and let's go. I forgot the mapping again, looks like. I'm a bright one. Yep. Go. There we go. Interesting. So I don't think it liked what happened there. Couldn't find target. Class name teleporter underscore dest. Did I not name it correctly? I think I called it teleport dest. Let's try that. Teleporter underscore dest. I guess that's important. Let's try this again. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so that seems to work just fine. I guess the trick with, I mean, I guess you could, I don't know, like, I mean, you can't. It's easy to move this, and now you can, on this layer, you can have multiple of these. Like, you can just slam them around as much as you want. Which I don't know what the utility of that is. It might be better to kind of do that custom, right? Unless you have a spot you always want people to teleport to, like, yeah, yep. So yeah, so getting the support for the different entity types wasn't the worst thing actually. Because yeah, the way Quake treats entities is just a big bag of properties. I just had to translate a few different properties. Mostly just angle and mangle were the ones, and origin for point entities. Cool. Yeah, so it works. I'm not sure how much utility is in that though. One True Purple says, "Wow, this editor." Thanks. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really feeling this teleporter. I don't think it has super. It's not super valuable. I'd much rather be able to define custom ones because having like, let me close this and open it up again. File, open recent, basic.tmx. And it did not. Joshua did not save this. I saved it. Cool. Thanks. That's very kind of you to say. Trying to think. Did I keep my? Yeah, I do have my fancy tiles. I could use my fancy tiles. Yeah, because the fancy tiles look a lot nicer. These are just super basic tiles. Yeah, I think we're at 5 minutes left. I guess what I want to work on is maybe I want to release the current version right now because it is pretty like it is useful. So do that. Let's go here. Let's do that. I think there's somehow is probably better grid snapping. Like there's a fine grid, but I can't seem to turn that on. I don't know. So yeah, I'm just kind of ballparking it. Let's delete that. Let's save that. Let's go to here. Let's remove the teleporter because I mean I think it's somewhat limited in utility. Because you have to bake in the destination into the tile. So yeah, let's do that. Let's go here. Let's get rid of tile 20. Sure. And let's make some changes, I guess, real quick. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, teleporters are important if somebody wants to use this to make deathmatch maps. Yeah, I'm thinking more along the lines, it would be more interesting just to be able to specify like these shapes here and do something like this is a teleporter volume, right? I think there's more use in that than having a bunch of predefined ones. But I mean, you could, like, you can define as many tiles as you like. So if you wanted to have a bunch of what is the word? If you want to have a bunch of presets like teleporter 1, dest 1, teleporter 2, dest 2, you could have those just kind of hard coded in the tiles. That'd be fine. The script though, case 1 return, case 2 return, return 2. What? What script are you talking about? One True Purple? Save and go. Yeah, cool. Did I not? Oh, did I goof something? Did I get some warnings? File not found. 3D tile. I didn't pull it out of my mappings. So let's clean up that, right? So we don't want that to actually, we don't want to have the tool bail. We want to have the tool just emit a warning saying, hey, I can't find this. So let's look at output, and it says line 180. Oh yeah, this is just a data file, and this could be anything. This could be, tile, wizard, HL4. right? Or HL6, or I'm just giving it these very, very basic names because it makes it easier for people to grok. I don't want to have like a magic naming scheme. I'd rather just have people make a tile and then map it. Yeah. So this tile 20 could go to anything. And if I want, I could say instead of, since this is missing, I could map it back to tile 4, right? Because this is the one it's copying, right? So I could just say this and that, save, and go. And then it should replace that missing tile with, yeah, just the floor one. Yeah, so but we don't need this anymore, but we do want to say don't bail if you can't find it. So let's just put that back and let's hit debug. Let's just hit go, and it should, yeah, so with file path as file. So what we need to do, instead of trying to open this up first, we need to make sure that it exists, right? Let's just do that real quick. If not os.path.exists, tile file path, print blah blah. So what do I do anything? What do I do up here? I do, or down here. So let's do this. Let's print a warning. Warning, missing tile mapping, missing about missing 3D tile, and then tile file path. And let's see what that looks like. Then I need to continue because we don't want to do anything. So go. This should say something like warning, missing 3D tile. Do you folks prefer the whole path, or would you want just the name of the tile? I'm not sure. I mean, I guess this is more informative, maybe. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, you can yeah. So the tricky part was getting the 3D math correct for flipping the tiles around, and it just turns out that I had incorrectly defined the diagonal flip matrix, and also part of solving the entity rotation was when I'm making my transformation matrix, keeping this caching a version of the flip matrix separate from the translation matrix, and then I can run the angle through that and get it out like I expect, which is pretty rad. So you can do, yeah, blah 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 blah. It's in there somewhere. But yeah, let's just mix this up, right? Let's go into here and let's do this. Let's make this all one area, maybe. I don't know. Let's make this a room. With the super shoddy. Let's erase all this stuff. Blah 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 blah. Right, don't need you anymore. We can we just leave that as is. It'll still, it doesn't care if the map is closed or not. It'll still chug away. Let's go brush. Let's put I don't know, something like this. Maybe make like some. This is the other cool thing about the tile map editor too. Is you can make like different types of like brushes. So maybe make a little hall like that. Even though it's not terribly interesting, yeah, we can do it. Cool. And maybe block it off like that. And then here on the side, I can maybe add something here. I don't know. It's fun. It's just fun just to kind of mess around and just create shapes. Flip that one. Don't need these. Make it because cathedrals are pretty symmetric. It'd be easy just to crank through one of those. Let's just see if I can block one out real fast. Can I flip this? Well, that's a really handy feature. Yeah, let's do that. Like that, like that. I think I made it. There we go. That's not right. That's too deep. There we go. Like that. Erase. Erase, 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 erase. Let's just see what this looks like. It might be stupid, but it's only like a second to check, so let's do that. Yeah, yeah. I'm not really feeling it. Like it's so open and boring. Let's just let's block off the space a little bit. Maybe let's put in the high floor just to kind of separate out the space. Maybe right here. We can do something like this to partition out the space. So we have these two sides here. Let's save that and see what that looks like. Yeah, so again, we still have this long hall, so maybe let's do something like I want to put something like that, but I'm not sure if that actually works like I think it's going to work. What if I put in my little elevators here, like here, and no, flip it like that. I don't know. Save, go. Have our little things here. Can I can jump over there. Yeah, no, I definitely don't want to replace Trench Broom or Jack or anything like that. I'm just trying to give like a quick way to like prototype out how a map might feel. Yeah, we can add a lower floor bit here maybe. And then maybe little stairs up from the sides. That's wrong. Let's flip that and then flip that. Yeah. Right now the ceiling is a fixed height, so I want to maybe make a little bit more advanced tile set that has more ceiling variation, and I could probably split that out into its own tile, like having two different layers with two different types of tiles on it, like a floor tile and a ceiling tile. You could do that, and that might be the way to go. What if this was like a different room? Does that make sense? Like I could probably actually, can I just grab this whole chunk here and just shift it down, and grab this whole chunk here, shift it down. That makes sense. I don't know. But yeah, no, I guess I'm happy how fast it is to make maps with this. Let's save this and try those changes out. Go. I need crushers. That's what this map is missing, except for I block this off because I'm a dum-dum. Yeah, I think my intention was to flip it like this, like this, brush that, and then like that. So you're forced to use the thingies. Let's see if that works better than my. Yeah, like again, like you. Yeah, I'm curious to see where this goes. This is definitely just an experiment. I'm glad I have the ability to experiment and make weird stuff like this. What else can I do? Add more visual interest. Layers would be cool. Right now you can add as many layers as you want, but they don't really like right now you can use them as management, I suppose. So if we add a new layer, tile layer 2, I could add in additional walls. Like I can tile layer 2 wall. Oh yeah, because I wasn't. Yep. Like I could block in this area here, and I could save it, and I should be able to just hit go, and that should work. And that should just fill the back area full, because right now the 3D tiles they are just yeah. So it's just filled in. So right now the 3D tiles, like if a layer has a 3D tile, it lays it down. So it could be an interesting way to separate out like different elements. I think I proposed adding a Z offset property on here. So I could for say tile layer 2, add maybe like a Z offset. Whatever, and then I could honor that. That might be a way to get more verticality. But yeah, so you could certainly do layers. Right now, they just don't. Other than just separating out stuff, that's all they really do. Delete that layer. Okay, And yeah. Yeah, let's grab you, Mr. Diagonal. Just slam a few of those down. I don't know. I'm just worried this is so big and open, like that it's not particularly interesting. Like that, and save, and go. Yeah, again, adding visual interest is entirely yeah, and then there's no way to get back either. Is a subjective thing, right? I could add like stairs over here or something. Ugh. Yeah, because like I don't want to like, but I guess my concern with adding the Z offset is like I don't want to invent too many magic properties that folks have to learn. Basically, I want people who you just have to learn a little bit about tile maps and a little bit about Quake, and that should be sufficient to get you going. Because I don't want to like really. Basically, my tool just converts the 2D tiles to 3D tiles and does the math for you. It's not super sophisticated. I want to try to keep it as simple as possible. Mucker said there could be some cleverness in allowing the tool to add to or write to a map. Sure. I could specify a file mode. Because I wrote the Quake API that I use. I wrote, so I definitely support append versus replace. So that could be. I'm curious to see what you'd want to use it for, but it could be cool. Kirby says I can't remember if the original Quake engine supported armature or not. I think it does, but I'm not sure 100% sure. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean by armature? Like I'm not sure. Like, you mean like for like 3D models? If that's the case, the Quake engine does not support bones. It is a vertex-based animation system, at least for vanilla Quake. Okay, but that was enough fun of me, messing around with my weird little file map tool. I think I'm done for the day. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm still goofing around in it. I've gone over time. So let me just flip that real quick. Make this weird thing here. There's no way to get out of it though, so that's bad. Let's add a lift to them. Yeah, like that. Yeah, sure, whatever. Go. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like you can make weird stuff in it, and it's relatively fast to use, which is what I appreciate. All right, I think I'm gonna call it here. I think I will go ahead and get this version out to folks that has the better point and brush entity support. I will post it on my Discord server. You can find it. Let me see where at Discord. Yep, so you can find it there. I have a channel per project, so this current project is just under the Quake Tools channel. I also have channels where people to show off the stuff they're working on, and my viewers are talented. Wow, they do really cool stuff. So I think that's about it. So I am Joshua. This has been my lunchtime stream. You can follow me here on Twitch or on Twitter at Joshua Skelly. Somehow, I am a Twitch affiliate, so I consider that like a tip jar. I'm not going to get rich, but if you want to throw $1 or $2 my way, if you find what I do interesting or entertaining, or if you want to just see me keep doing it, please consider subscribing. I have 10 lovely silver-tongued subscribers in no particular order. They are Nixrod, Bill the Dill, Neil Slichter, The Stone Compass, CV Ops, Fifth Elephant, Shamblernaut, Dr. Kegel, Smith, and Drakenson. Thank you so much for supporting the weird stuff that I do. I will see you folks back in, I guess, tomorrow at noon Pacific Standard Time. Have a good rest of your day, and thank you for hanging out with me. Bye.